Welcome everybody to the next episode of Chiefs Focus First and 10 on a weird Monday Night Football episode. What's up, brother? How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing good, man. Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. We made a little change on our Monday night episode here, or on our normal episode, I should say. And we've decided to announce the winner of the giveaway on our show, and we actually brought him on the show. He has no clue, unless he can't be listening to us right now. So we've got him muted. So we're gonna bring him on in right now, and he has no clue he won. So we're just gonna bring him in and kind of jack with him for a second, and then we're gonna let him know he won. So his name is Joe. He's been a long time listener of the show and a follower of Chiefs Focus. So he's a really good dude. And he followed all of the simple tasks, the simple requirements to enter. So we'll bring him on in. Hey, Joe.
How we doing?
How you doing, man?
Great.
All right, you're here with JP and Caleb.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wanted to bring you on the show, man. See what you thought of the game.
Well, it was a typical struggle like the Chiefs have done lately, but like I said, it's a W, and that's kind of what the salary cap in NFL wants you to do, is have close games. So
yeah, yeah.
So people like it better, other than the fans of the team playing it, watching it.
That's true.
That's definitely true. It's been a weird season. I mean, we're back at 500, so hopefully we can build on it and move forward from there. Just kind of one of those weird things that a lot of changes this year, and a lot of things went on that behind the scenes stuff, and I think it's going to get worked out. It's just going to take a little time, but we'll see what happens moving forward. But brought you on the show because we made a little change this week and wanted to do something different and let you know that you were the winner of the signed football.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Yeah. So
that is very, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
No problem, Joe. Thank you for entering the giveaway and following all the guidelines, because that's something everyone seems to struggle with.
Yeah, it seems like it's a tough deal for everybody, isn't it, Caleb? I mean, it's simple, forward little tasks, but it's hard for some people. So, but you did, you've always been a good follower, and and you've always been really good with being on top of stuff, and we appreciate it, man. So we figured we'd try to change it up a little bit and wanted to surprise you a little bit and get you on the show and throw you off. So that's what we did. Yep. So you won the signed Travis Kelce football, and we'll be sending it out next week. Well, actually, probably the end of this week, we'll get it sent out to you, and DM me your information or DM us your information, and we'll get it mailed out to you, man.
Okay. Yeah, this is a quality podcast. I enjoy listening to it all the time.
I appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
Football insight and the life lessons sometimes on here is good to listen to too.
Yeah.
Thank
you. It's awesome to hear, man. It's awesome to hear. Well, I know you got to get up early. So you mentioned that when I asked you for if you had Zoom, and you said, well, I got to get up early. And I said, I know, it just take a couple of minutes, but I didn't want to give it away on a DM. But
well, this is awesome. I absolutely appreciate it. And I got a bunch of friends that are going to be listening probably, and
no problem, Joe. Thank you.
Your show and everything. So yeah, I appreciate it a bunch, guys.
All right, man. Well, no problem. And get some rest. And we really appreciate you. And we appreciate your following of the Chiefs Focus page and everything you do. So anyway, Caleb, any words for Joe, and then we'll get to moving so you can get some sleep.
Thank you, Joe, man, for following the show for a long time. We appreciate it. Following the page. Hey, anytime you want to ask us questions, go and DM us, so we'll try to get back to you the best we can. But thank you, Joe. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
Just
all right, brother.
Just promote to the listeners that the sky isn't falling with the Chiefs. It's just putting the puzzle together, and we're getting there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there, man.
Keep raising the banner, guys.
Later. That's it.
See you later, Joe. Okay.
Thanks
All right,
again.
brother. Thanks, Joe.
See you,
All
man.
right.
All right,
See
brother.
you.
Bye. Okay, guys. That was Joe. He won the show, or he won the football, and it was awesome to have him on. But with that being said, we got a show to do, so let's get to moving. Caleb, what do you got to say?
That again.
I said, what do you got to
Sorry,
say?
say that again.
I said, we got a show to
Oh,
do.
I have a
So
lot to
what-
say. I have a lot to say. That was very pathetic, very poor. Spags needs to be fired at this point. I really don't know what he's doing. We hear Andy's gonna make changes. Nothing has happened at this point. I kind of believe it if I see it. What else is the problem? You signed Gordon, but he's not. You're not letting him play. It's just so many. I don't even know how to say. There's just too many issues right now.
Yeah, it seems like I know Andy took over the play calling, and it was very obvious, especially at the beginning of the game. I noticed that, and we didn't make a lot of mention about this on our last show, that was going to happen. We did kind of allude to it to some degree because, we don't like to spread things like other people do, but we knew this was coming. And given the, how should I say this? Given the, I guess, given the, what happened the week prior on that Monday, after the 27-3 loss to the Bills, it was a eye-opening experience within the locker room and within the team. And we knew these changes were coming, but again, we are not one to spread a lot of rumors. It did look better in some ways. Other ways it
Defense
didn't.
looked better, and that was it. Defense, Derek Gore, Daryl Williams, and Tyreek Hill. That was the only thing on offense.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
the
it
defense, they did good. Besides Norm Sorensen and Neiman, they have to go. I really don't understand at this point. You see this hat, JP? You see this hat
Yeah.
I'm wearing right now? What
Yeah.
does it say?
I
What does
know
it say?
champions. I know.
No, what champions? Look, Sorensen and Neiman did those plays to help us win the championship 3 years ago. It's time to move on. They've proven they are not that efficient after 3 years of play with the Chiefs after winning the Super Bowl. It is time to move on
Yeah.
at this point. I don't know what they're doing. I just kind of find it funny how they want to resign for deals. When it comes to Neiman, it's like every time the man is lost out there, Sorensen literally got them into the game. They scored both touchdowns on him. Neiman, the same thing that happened. Sorensen did everything he could do to try to stop the pass besides knock the ball down. He grabbed the guy. He pushed the guy. He grabbed his face mask. He did nothing. And what I'm saying at this point, if Andy won't just go up and do what he's supposed to do and stop being buddy with the coaches, then this season's over. You might as well just call it a wrap. Because if he's not going to basically take charge of his team, it looks like he's just letting them do what they want, then nothing's going to happen.
Well, I know he didn't let AB do what he
well,
wanted tonight. So
well,
that was for sure.
mean, it didn't make a difference at the end of the day. For just being honest, like, the offense looked a little bit better, but for the most part, Mahomes kept throwing balls in the dirt. They just cannot do anything. They don't want to run the ball. I mean, it makes no sense to me at this point. If Andy's not gonna make the changes, then this season's over because this feels like a loss. Just being honest.
It was a tough one. It was strange because you look back at like that interception that Mahomes threw was not really on him.
Oh no, it's not on him. But the issue is that these receivers don't know how to catch. It's just like it goes whoop and the ball goes to their hands. And I understand they get paid that type of money. I understand things happen, but it's kind of like this is happening too often at this point. And what I'm seeing is if they're not going to make the needed adjustments, then it's just going to be they're not going to make the playoffs at this point.
Yeah,
I expect them to beat the Giants by a lot more, but the way they play, they should have lost, honestly. And Frank Clark shows up finally. He shows up now all of a sudden. But I mean, I guess better late than never. But at this point, either Veach needs to make a deadline call, and if he doesn't to help the defense, I don't know what's going to help him at this point, or offense because they have no help.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I know that there's some trust issues within the offensive line, and especially it's weird because it seems like it's mainly on Brown.
I don't know what's going on at this point. I'm just starting to question all the moves they're doing because Andy likes to say, "Oh, Jerry Reed is doing good. He's doing this, doing that." The man's been missing for 3 weeks. He
Yeah.
likes to say that, "Oh, Josh Gordon will bring him in, do multiple things." Man, he ain't got more than 5 plays a game. It seems like.
Yeah.
When it comes down to, and actually, I want to bring this tweet up because it was kind of laughable. And it's really interesting because I forgot who it was. Was it? I think his name was. It wasn't Charles Goodman. It was Nate Taylor. And someone asked, and this is the funny part. Someone asked him, "Why is Sorensen and Neiman still in the game?" And I quote, he said, "Very, very leadership savvy veterans. They know the playbook. They have experience. They have been there before. They've seen everything. They won a championship. They've been to back-to-back Super Bowls. They bring continuity." You know what I'm going to say? That's a bunch of silliness right there because there is no continuity they have shown these last couple of seasons. They have whiffed on tackles. They have done nothing to help this defense. Yeah, Sorensen's going to have a play here and there that's beneficial, but other than that, it's not been helpful at all.
Yeah, it's strange because
I don't know who told him to say that, but I don't even know what to say.
Well, he's going to, you have media guys that are going to go against the grain, and you're going to have guys that go with the grain.
You can go against the grain, but the way he did it kind of doubled down. Like, you got to be joking. You don't see.
Well, he was going with the grain. He was going with anything that the Chiefs would have wanted him to say, I should say. I'll put it that way. And that's kind of what he did. And most guys wouldn't have done that. I mean,
I've seen a lot of people from other networks and people who interview the Chiefs have been calling out Spags tonight. And I honestly feel like at this point, if he refuses to change, then he needs to go and Andy needs to stop being buddy. I know he doesn't want to do that stuff, but Sutton was here way too long.
Oh, yeah, Sutton was.
With Spags. Do not do that with Spags, please, because the way we're looking is this. Either we're going to get a coach that can help us or we're not. And I don't know what they're going to do, but seriously, if they want to improve this season, they need a cultural change. Something has to give because I'm not sitting through another game like that. That was not fun. I don't want to sit through another game.
Well, and I got to tell you, man, they got to help. They got to change on offense, bro. I mean, they have got to step it up on offense because honestly,
I don't know what else they can do. I think they really just lost all confidence. Kelce's looking like Nick Kaiser out there for most of the night.
Well, he was blanketed too, but
dropping catches. Yeah. I don't know what's the issue. He's been struggling like crazy.
He's been hurt. He has been hurt. He's been dinged up a lot, but
he's doing some things. I've seen him when he even has been hurt. He's been doing some things that to be able to help this team.
I think, to be honest with you, man, I think they're all just, in which it's really weird because you don't normally see this with this team, especially this group of guys. But I think all of them are just really down on themselves right now. And it's hard to get back up, especially when you have internal issues and then you have other things that have come up that have caused problems throughout the season, starting from about week 2 on. And I think they're just kind of down on themselves to a degree. I know Mahomes is for a fact.
You got to shake out of it, though, man. You got to shake out of it.
Oh, he will. And I think they will. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. I mean, this is the first week since what week was it that Andy got sick? Was that week 2?
The Chargers lost 3.
Okay, so that was week 3. That was the first week. This is the first week that Andy's actually basically taken control of calling the offensive plays. And you saw it in the beginning. Mahomes came out firing on all cylinders. Everything looked great. And then, of course, and that was actually Josh, that ball slipped right through his hands.
Well, it hit McKinnon. I thought it hit McKinnon in the face.
Was it McKinnon or Josh that dropped that ball?
I thought it was supposed to go to Josh, but ended up hitting McKinnon in the face.
Yeah. So it was just I don't know. Things just don't. They're not clicking like they normally do. You got some new guys out there that aren't used to this offense. You've got Pat that's been.
JP, they've been in this office for how many years?
Well, McKinnon, a lot of these guys haven't. Josh hasn't.
They need to figure it out, though, man. This is getting old.
I know.
I don't know why they're bringing these guys in if they can't execute. And if you can't execute, we're going to have games like this where you almost lose to the Giants.
Well,
this
does
not
true.
Feel like a win.
That is true. I agree.
But it doesn't feel like a win. There's a lot of issues still there. So
they're not going to go away overnight.
They're not going to go away. That's the issue. We're playing the Packers next week, 3:20.
I know, and that's scary as shit.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't